Así se sacude el acordeón, compadre. ¡Échale, Joey!
Soy tuya y mi amor estará aquí. Y siempre a tu lado estaré. Ante Dios confieso que yo siempre te amaré. En tus manos desde la primera vez que nos amamos, juré que tuyo era mi querer. Soy tuya, eres mi amante y eres mi amigo. Me gusta hacer el amor contigo y cuando dices que soy tu mujer, soy tuya, puedes hacer tus sueños conmigo. Solo una cosa, mi amor, te pido que nunca me dejes de querer.
Or no mas, ladies and gentlemen, back on the New Mexico Radio Talk Show.com, man. Bienvenidos a todos, man. Beautiful. Welcome back Monday, man. Hope you guys are having a good time out there, man. We got Leticia Morales in la casa. Bienvenidos a todos, man. Hopefully you guys are staying nice and cozy, nice and warm out there. Because it is cold, man. The last I checked, man, I believe. Well, we're right here in Roswell, New Mexico, man. It is about 12 to 14 degrees outside, man. It feels like it's only like one, but we're almost in the single digits, man. It's pretty cold out there. So if you're in the cold weather, man, um just be warm, okay? Stay safe, and drink a lot of hot chocolate or hot coffee. And if you go outside, please be careful that you do not slip because it is nice and icy out there. Also, if you go outside and if you're going to drive, please make sure you drive with care, right? But if you don't have to go outside or don't have to go to the stores or anything like that, just stay at home. All right. Make sure you got lots and lots of food. All right. Um, but most and foremost, man, please be careful. Please be safe out there, man. It's supposed to clear up throughout the week, man. And, check your news, check your weather apps, and if it's okay for you to drive on the roads, and just keep up with the process, man, because you don't want to get outside and get on the road without danger, right? And we got a special guest, man. Always got her. It's been a while since we had her. We got the doctor, Patsy Torres. What's going on, Patsy? How you been?
I've been good, thank you.
Well, thank you for
It's
taking time.
cold here too.
Cold over there, cold over there. Ah, la market. Well, it doesn't look like it's cold over there. It look like you're just pretty warm.
Well, I'm warm, but it's cold outside. It's like 29 degrees now. It's supposed to go down further. For us, that's cold.
I mean, here's the thing, Patsy. Everybody gets scared of the weather, man. So my thing is, does I wonder what people like, right? Do they like the warm? Do they like the cold? Because they always complain, "Oh my gosh, it's hot outside." I'm like, well, which one do you like? Do you like the cold or do you like the warm?
I think we like spring and fall because it's cool, but it's not hot. It's warm but not hot. So that's always a favorite is spring and fall.
That's one of mine. I mean, I don't like it too hot either. Pero if you live in a city where it's hot, I guess you have to do what you got to do, right? You gotta.
But it's different in New Mexico because I remember being over there one time and it was like 25 degrees and I didn't really feel cold. Like over here, it can be 40 degrees and it just blows right through you. It's the humidity. It's just icy, goes right through you. So it's nicer because I used to go I think every other Christmas I would go to New Mexico because I
Oh,
married a
okay.
New Mexican.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. No, just kidding. No, but
Well,
no, but the good thing is, man, it's crazy because like and Texas has a different type of environment and
yeah.
different type of weather, right? Especially like when you go to San Antonio, sometimes you don't know what the weather's going to be like. It could be cold,
Sananto.
it could be hot, it could be humid. I
They don't
remember going to
change like
Fanfare one
that.
year.
This changes quick. Yeah.
I remember going to Fanfare one year, and it just, one day you're in shorts, next day you're in pants.
Mhm. It's just crazy. It just, well, San Antonio is kind of in a little valley area. So sometimes the weather just goes right over us and so I think we've been spared a lot of the bad weather that's hit in our close areas, like Austin and Corpus, like Austin, they've got floods and they've had some tornadoes up in Dallas and then freezing in Dallas and Corpus has had like, floods coming up, but San Antonio, we've been pretty safe here. So everybody comes to San Antonio, when they're vacating, coming here for to keep protected from whatever's going on, floods, tornadoes,
Oh my
whatever.
gosh, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta knock on wood. Yes, we did have a flood back a few months back. But knock on glass, knock on wood, and play and prayers that we didn't get that our side didn't get hit with any of that. But downtown Roswell got hit with a major flood a few months back, and um
Wow.
so yeah, it was flooded. Well, it was crazy because it was rainy, right? And then all of a sudden, I go to Facebook and I just seen a car just floating down Main Street. I'm like, what the heck? See people on top
Wow.
of it floating. I'm like, what the heck?
Oh
I'm
my
like, wow, this is
gosh.
amazing. I feel bad for people who lost their homes, their vehicles. It,
Did
it,
you
it was
lose
just
lives? Did people have,
a few people had died, man. I
wow.
feel really bad for all families that lost some devastation on their homes and vehicles, and
Mm,
that you're never going to get back. And I mean, and there's some things that are just materialistic, right? But if you got photos, videos,
yeah.
you don't get those back. From family back years ago. You know what I mean? You don't get those back if it's in your home. That's why I feel for the people who lose their homes in structure fires and stuff like that
Yeah.
because all the sentimental value that's in it. So, but yes, it was a pretty devastating thing. But yes, Dalfa puts right here. She says South Texas is brutal cold because of the moisture. Wow. Yes,
Yep.
probably cold out there. So stay warm, guys. If you don't have to go out, I highly recommend you to stay bundled up and stay home. Okay. Don't need any more accidents out there. I want to give a couple of shout outs, man. We got a good friend of mine with her podcast, Yesenia Olivas, man, saying hi to everybody. We got
Hi.
my brother-in-law, my sister, managers of the Metzger Radio Talk Show, saying hello, Miss Patsy and DJ Hen
Hello.
Dog. We got Entre Hueras podcast checking in, saying saludos to everybody out there. So bienvenidos a todos, man. So Patsy, what's new for
Bienvenidos.
you? What you got working on in 2026, man? It's the 26th day of the new year, man.
Yeah.
And I know people
Isn't that cool?
grinding. Well, it's cool and it's new, right? Because we are a new year. And who would have ever thought we're already 26 days in to our new year, right? I mean, we were just in 2025, 26 days ago, and having a full out blowout, right? Now we're in
Mm,
2026, 26 days in. Everybody's working on different projects, different
yes.
lifestyles, and just everybody's working on different things. What's going on with Patsy Torres?
Well, of course, the last 5 years just flew by. So I started working on the album before the end of the year. But just, I had all these shows going on and traveling. And so I didn't get to finish the album, but I did release the new single, Soy Tuya, which is going to be the name of the album also. So that's going to be the title cut. And it was written by Beto Ramon. He's a very famous songwriter. And the producer is Gilbert Velasquez, who is another very well-known producer, musician. Grammy winner. So I'm excited about everything we're putting together. I'm still writing a lot of my stuff, but Beto Ramon talked to Gilbert and said that he had this song. He wanted me to hear it. And so I heard it and I loved it. I recorded it. Now I've released it. And I see it when I heard the song, it's such a loving song, it's
Exactly.
so I see it like a love letter, and I see it a love letter also to the listeners, and the fans and the friends and like my husband and anyone else as their spouse. It's like a love letter to them, even though it's ranchera, which it's fast. It still has that love in it, and so I'm thinking about all these concepts of the video. When I saw that first thing you were playing, you put together, you were giving me ideas. But I
Ay,
see
ay,
the
ay.
video being about, about love, just love of people and love of what we have in our lives, love of God, all of these things that we can be thankful for, that our lives and our friends and our family and our health, there's so much to be thankful for. And I think that's what this song is going to encapsulate. And I want the video to do the same thing.
No, no, and that's what's so amazing about what you're doing. You're putting everything together, and you're surrounded with some amazing, talented musicians like Beto
Yes.
Ramon, a good songwriter, Gilbert Velasquez, man. I mean, those are people that you know people want to do interview get into the music with, right? When you got a great team, right? And it's hard to find great songwriters and great recorders. And I mean, because there's so many things out there that's changed, in our lifetime, right?
Oh,
40 years
yeah.
ago,
You're
30
talking
years
about
ago.
AI.
Well,
Oh, my gosh.
or even Chat GPT. Somebody put me
Yeah.
on that a couple years ago, and I'm like, man, check this out. You go in there, put in um hen dog, and it brings up a whole bunch of things about hen dog. I'm like, what the heck? This is crazy. How does this thing work?
Well, it just takes everything from the internet. And the thing about AI, it couldn't do what it does if it didn't have people's voices and likeness and everything on there. So it takes pieces of all of us and puts it together with these, songs, and it even creates voices and everything. I mean, it's crazy. And see, I'm on the Grammy Advisory Board, and one of the
Right.
things we're fighting, it's called the No Fakes Act, because I mean, people they're going to make things because it's there, right? But when it comes to the Grammys, it has to be real. So the Grammy says, okay, we need to know who the guitar player was and the bass player and the drummer and the singer. They're not just going to put in a song there that a computer did. This is about real creativity from real people. And that's what we're fighting right now with the Grammys, to protect all of the musicians and writers
Of
and
course.
producers. So it's amazing, what it's doing. There's ways it can help, but there's going to be a slippery slope there.
All right. And you're right, Patsy. Everything's going through AI for our internet media, man. And our children and the children that are in school don't even have to, use books anymore. They can just go to
No.
Meta AI or just straight up AI or go to Google and it tells them the answer right there. I mean, of course, some schools only allow certain devices in school and on your personnel. So I mean that can help out, for the schools. But yes, we got a few people in the house. We got David Vela. Oakland is watching. He's a football player back in the 80s, 90s era, man. He used to play
Hi,
with the
David.
Oakland Raiders, man. Good friend of mine. Big shout out to him. From Esmeralda Garcia Benavides, one of our hosts says, Hola, I'm working, but wanted to stop by and say hi. Hope y'all have an
Oh,
amazing show today.
that's so
We also got a
nice.
promoter in the house, Gavino Perez, man, with Gavino
Oh, my
Promotions in the
man
house.
Gavino. Oh, he's
And
a dear
then
friend of mine.
yeah, he's a good friend of mine too. Um Esmeralda Garcia Benavides puts, hello, Patsy. Haven't seen you since back in the day at
Hey,
Joey
girl.
Records. Bendiciones, amiga. Glad to see you are doing well.
Thank you, Esmeralda. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm planning to finish the album in the next month and a half. But I do want to release it with a video. So it just depends on what finishes first, so I can do the countdown and I'll let you know about it. Um, just the latest news is I just got a legacy award from the Tejano All Stars. It's a
Yes, I just
beautiful
saw that.
award. And it's heavy, it's small, but it's heavy. They gave it to me. I was like, whoa, wow, a heavy little thing here. But it's really pretty and I really appreciate it. And then I was just notified that our Alamo City Colleges here in San Antonio, they're going to be celebrating their 80 years that
Wow.
they've been open. And so they decided to celebrate called Champions of Opportunity. And they picked 80 people to represent the 80 years of success. And I'm one of them. So I was honored to be one of them because I graduated from the Alamo College district with my associate in science. And then,
Wow.
of course, I went on to Incarnate Word to get the rest of my degrees. But yeah, I was there at Alamo Colleges. That's where it all started. In fact, that's
No,
where I
I
got
mean,
my first song lessons. I'd never had a song
wow.
lesson before, and because I was a trumpet player, and once the band you had me sing and sing, and I was like, I'm losing my voice, and I was like, "Ah, but I'm not a singer." So since I was already going to school for medicine because I wanted to be a doctor, I said, "Oh, I'm going to take voice lessons as a elective," and it really helped. It really showed me how to use my vocal cords and my diaphragm and not lose my voice every night like I used to. I would lose my voice. Now I sing like, "Ugh," I sing all day, yell, talk, and I sing higher and lower than I used to. So it was great. And that was San Antonio College, the Alamo College District. So I'm very grateful and honored to be part of their celebration.
Well, we appreciate everything you've done in your career. You're doing big things, and the thing is, you got. I mean, the people don't understand. You gotta take a little bit of courses. You gotta take a little bit of relaxation, and that's why we kind of like when we do interviews on Thursday. We know artists are performing on Thursday night. They're performing on Friday night. They're performing on Saturday and Sunday. So when we
Yeah, I
do our
performed
interviews on
yesterday
Thursday,
too.
so when we do our shows on Thursday, we try to not get the artist to sing because we already know they're going to be singing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But if they're not performing that week or that weekend, well, of course we're going to get them to sing a couple of songs on the show a cappella because we understand. You got to rest. You got to rest your voice. There's a lot of people that they don't rest their voice, and when they go to sing at their next venue or their next concert, it's all raspy, and then they sound like crap. They think they sound good. You know what I mean? But then you're like, what the heck? What the heck going on here?
The more you drink, the better I sound. Yeah.
Right. And I think that's where it comes down to, right? I mean, you just gotta put in the practice. And look, you wanted to put a video out for your new single. And I always like to mention this on the show. People don't understand what it's like to be a musician with the recordings. Yes, it costs to get stuff recorded,
Yes.
especially by the professionals, right? If you do it by yourself, you could pay a certain amount of dollars and get it done, but it's going to come out cheesy. Yeah, yes, you saved yourself a couple $1,000 to get it done by your own studio. But they don't understand, if you want it done by the professionals, it costs you to get it done, to get it recorded, the time, and then to get the video out. You got to find the right people that want to be in your video, the right videographer that's not going to show up one weekend or one day and then, well, all right, I got my money and I'm gone. She can find out on her own to get another videographer or photographer. So, I mean,
And you
everything
don't
comes into
sell the
play.
video. The video is only for promotion too. And even our music, once we release it, next thing you know, everyone's putting it on YouTube and downloading it for free. So I have to say, if you want to
Man, you said that right.
support our artists, you want to support us and all of the artists, the thing to do is go to our websites and download and buy our music and merchandise there because even the streaming, they give us fractions of pennies on the dollar. I mean, there could be thousands of streams and you make a couple dollars. The royalties have gone way down because of those digital platforms. So if you really want to support us at any and all of your favorite artists, go to their websites. Mine is patsytorres.com. Simple. And I think all the artists do the same thing. They just have their name.com. But yeah, that's the way to support us, just
And it's tough to support fellow musicians or musicians when they automatically, like you mentioned, they put it on YouTube.
yeah,
Which
without
by all
permission.
means, by all means, I'm like, it's great that they put it on YouTube because they want people to watch it on YouTube or whatever. But with all these downloaded apps and stuff with the technology, DJs and other people can just go up there and download it strictly from YouTube. You pay a YouTube subscription, you can download it from YouTube.
Mhm.
And that's taking the royalties from the actual songwriter, the person who's actually put the song out there. And I see that a lot, Patsy, on a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
art. I'm like, wow, it's already on YouTube. I'm like, holy crap.
Well, right now, the only way you can get my song is from my website. That's the
And
only
that's smart.
place. That's the only place it's available. Just patsytorres.com. You can download it right there. And then, of course, you can buy any of my other CDs. They're all there, and there's merchandise, but that's the only place right now you can get it.
Well, that's a smart thing to do because you the thing is you work hard in
All the artists
countless
do.
times
Yeah.
and
Everyone does. Yeah.
hours, and for you to go out there and put it on these streaming platforms for free or even for a buck and a quarter or whatever they charge you to put it on the streamings, right? And people just go out there and just download it for free without even to me, I like buying it. That's just showing me the credit that I'm giving to the artist,
And we
for
appreciate that.
and
Yes.
and it's it's a struggle sometimes for the artist, so I get it, why they wanted to get it out there and put it out there for free 99 for all these people that they don't care about them, but that's just me. But I mean, taking consideration of your time, you everybody puts in time, effort, money, countless hours, sleepless hours,
Mhm.
and especially these artists, right, that are working hard like you guys. You're your sleepless hours are always thinking about, okay, is this song going to work, or what can I do to add to the song, what instruments can I add to this one, what am I going to do for my next single, what am I going to do for the album. Your mind's always clicking like, man, I don't think I like that in the song before we release it, let's add this to it. And it takes a lot of preparation to put out a single.
That's when I write my songs, like between 1 in the morning and 7 probably, because I won't be able to sleep. And finally, everything's going through my head. Like Vive con Ganas, I wrote that whole thing just laying in bed thinking about what I was going to call the album. And that's when the name came to me. And then some of the lyrics came to me. And then the hook came to me. And I was like, I got to get up. So I'm there, 2 o'clock in the morning, writing the song and recording it, and by morning, birds are chirping and the song's done. So that's when I do my songwriting. It's always in the middle of the night. I guess
and
morning.
and Patsy, what can you tell somebody that that's wanting to write their own music? I mean, because it's a lot of work, right, to come up with your own melody, your own I mean, with your own thing, and that's why some people can't really do it, right? I mean, so what can you give somebody that wants to be a songwriter and put their own music out there?
Well, I think for someone to be a songwriter, first of all, they have to have they've got things in their mind that they want to share. They're inspired by something, because everything I've written, I was inspired by something. Sometimes a sound will inspire me, or a beat will inspire me, and I was like, okay, I like that beat, okay, yeah, and that sound.
Right.
And then I'll think, oh, what does this make me think of? And then I'll write lyrics, but usually the lyrics come first. So I would say someone that wants to do that, you know, start, I guess if you're good at writing poems, start with that. And then you think about, do I want a fast song or a slow song? Is it sad? Is it happy? Is it funny? Is it angry? Whatever it is, music is emotion. But the thing I have to say, if you're going to write songs, copyright your music right away, because it'll get stolen. And once you do that, publish it right away. And you can make your own publishing company. It's very simple. You can do it online. All the directions are there, and it's not expensive. And you can do your own publishing. I've got my own publishing company. I copyright my own music. I have my own record label. So at my own website, so this is my business. So if you want to have a business, you got to do business.
Well, you said all the right keys to everything right there, because there's a lot of artists that don't even know where to start, right?
Oh, I've had
And
to, I've had to, I've had
I'm
to
just like,
advise
you got to
so many
copyright your music.
artists. Yeah, they were telling me, and I got this song, and I was like, did you copyright it? Oh, not yet. I go, oh my gosh, do it now. And I told them where to go on this website, and Oh my gosh. And then I've talked to some that they got stolen or they sold it, without even thinking about it. Well, they just paid me to write it. And I was like, it's gone. That's it. Once you sign those papers, it's gone. No matter how much that song makes money, you got that one little paycheck. So
And then you're like, man, that song did so well. Well, yeah, thank you to the artist that didn't get the copyrights for it. Now somebody else is making money off of it and making a killing off of it. So I try to tell all artists, man, pay the little extras. Get your music copyrighted because and it's tough, because a lot of people are doing cover songs nowadays. People are not coming up with their own originals. I mean, some artists are coming up with their own originals, but get it copyrighted, guys. You'll thank myself later and you thank Patsy later because when you got your own business like Patsy does, like she does her own stuff, it comes in handy because like now people can't take her creativity of what she's doing. They're gonna try, but
yeah.
when they go and see it on the copyright list, and they're gonna be like, well, you know what, it's copyrighted, so they can't steal it. So they,
Well,
they got
times
they
have
got to
changed. Times have changed. I mean, back in the day when I was starting, the band and I, we were all full time. That's all we did. That's it. Now, when you see that the new musicians, they all have other jobs. They're not full time anymore. I'm still full time, but like all my band members, I have a 9-piece band and they're great guys. But they
nine
all have,
piece. Holy crap!
yeah, because we have brass. We have brass, awesome brass with keys, accordion, bass, guitar, drums, everything. So we're 9 pieces. And so but we can play anything and everything. We don't just play Tejano. We also go under the name of Blue Harmony and we do variety music. So we do oldies, rock, country, 80s, pop, Tejano, everything. We play everything because we have all the instrumentation to do it. And we're like a dance party band, and then the Patsy Torres band is what we call ourselves when we just do Tejano and play my only my music. So, but it's the same guys. But I
And
do
in
it.
the Patsy Torres band, you got nine musicians for that too.
Yeah, it's the same guys. Yeah, because now I have
Holy crap!
brass in my music. I added brass because I was a trumpet player. So now I started playing my trumpet again because I was inspired by seeing the guys. I was like, oh, I remember those days when I stood in the back playing my horn. I didn't have to worry about singing and memorizing lyrics. I just stood back there playing my horn, being paid. Now I'm the leader. I'm responsible for everything. But I'm thankful because I got very serious professional guys, and they're like brothers, like my brothers, and very talented. So I'm very blessed with that. I have a husband that supports everything we do. He does our sound and our lights and special effects and manages. And he's from New Mexico, and he went to
Man,
school
right
in
down the road from where I'm at.
Roswell. Went to school in
Wow.
Roswell over there at the Military Institute.
Oh
So
wow.
I love New Mexico and the food and the culture and the people.
Well, we got to get you guys to come back down here eventually soon, man. I mean,
Yeah,
get you guys to come out here. There's a new spot that opened up, man. They're trying to do Tejano music on Fridays, man, and
nice.
it's a work in progress. But once people get to in the Tejano scenes, I don't know if you've known, but the Tejano scenes out here, Patsy, are very very tough to
Wow, really?
oh my gosh, man! You could bring a big band, right? You could bring like Quinto Cable, and it probably wouldn't work here in Roswell.
Really?
But you could take them to
Wow.
Hobbs, New Mexico, which is about 2 hours from Roswell, or you could take them to Albuquerque, or Ruidoso, and you'll get a packed house. Or Clovis, or in those areas,
So it's just
Carlsbad.
Roswell?
It's just Roswell, man. They like what they like here. They like norteño, so like la maquinaria, la senda, like that Rosarillero stuff like that. That's what they like
Mm.
here. I guarantee if I bring a band like that here to Roswell, I guarantee it's packed. I guarantee. Don't matter if it's $100 a ticket or $50 a ticket. It's packed.
So is it
And
more Mexicanos or what?
to me, yes. And I don't know what killed it, because back here, well, they say Tejanos going away, pero that's in, they say, that it's gone, but it's in our blood, it's in our genes, that we got to keep it rolling. To me, I don't think it's ever has died. I just think people stop
No, it
supporting it.
didn't.
That's just me. um but yes, going back to that, I think, if you support it, people would come out. Same thing with any genre. If you want it, you're gonna have to support it. So it just takes a little teamwork to bringing it back. And hopefully this venue goes well. It's fits about 150 people. Great for show. But the thing is like, you got to support it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you want people to support you, you got to support them. So but yes, if you bring like a norteño band to Rousel, I guarantee you'll pack it. Don't matter how much the tickets cost, it'll get full. But of course, you don't want to gouge and lose money, of course, right? You want to be reasonable with tickets, and I'm sure you know what those tickets costed back then, for a Tejano show, and nowadays you see the ticket prices for a Tejano show, you're like, holy crap, $50. Back then it was only
Prices for
5-10 bucks.
everything. I mean, it's rough. And what's a family supposed to do too, you know? That's I like doing festivals because families can go, because I consider Tejano music family music
Right.
because the abuelitos like it and their little granddaughter son can be sitting on their lap and bumping to the cumbia also, it's something that all the generations can enjoy. But they started losing it because a lot of the Tejano stations, the Mexican stations came in and started doing the payola and started paying them to play, Bronco, Limite, and all those. And they started, and so the younger generation was like, we don't really like that. And they started listening to country and hip hop and pop. So there was a whole generation that lost because of that, because they just kind of pushed all the Tejano out of the way. And then all the Mexican groups started doing all of the big rodeos and the big shows instead of the local Tejano groups. And now it's turning around again because thanks to you, the podcasts, the internet radio stations that came in and started playing the Tejano, because the regular radio stations, they were just playing, the international and the Mexican and all that, and just, throwing everyone else under the bus.
Well, and I don't like to bash any FM or AM radio stations, but it's sad, when they call themselves a Tejano station, but they won't play any upcoming artist or any artist. Or, oh, let me talk to my program director. Okay, you talk to the program director, he sends it to him, and they don't even play it.
Or they buy, or
Um,
they buy a bunch of radio stations and they all play the same thing. Music's is 35 years old because it's by the major labels, the Capitol and them, so that they can get the royalties. So
mhm,
that's that little again, that's how they get paid because they play those, they get the support from the record label because as long as they're playing their stuff, there's royalties and they get paid. So it's all that,
exactly,
and
and,
they don't
and
care
every
about the locals.
and everybody thinks that I got a radio station because I got New Mexico radio into the name of the podcast. Eventually, when I hit the big bucks, I am going to get a radio station eventually. But I'll
All right,
let,
all
let,
right.
let me get on that real quick, man. We got Kendra Maniz is one of our moderators out of San Antonio, Texas. We got
Hey,
Chuy Salinas from Instinto. He says, hello, awesome DJ Kiwi from the drummer of Instinto de Chihuahua. These guys are bad a cumbia band from Chihuahua, Mexico, man. I got to see them last weekend, man. They're,
bienvenido.
they're they're awesome, man. They're from Chihuahua. I'm gonna be bringing them to my podcast very, very soon.
Hey,
We got a good friend of mine, Mr. Johnny J. Martinez from Tucson, doing big things out there. He's got to get me
woo.
back out there to Tucson very, very soon. Also, want to give unos saludos, man, para DJ Ray. Saludos de parte de DJ Ray from the Newbury Depot, San Antonio. Good friend of mine in the
Wow.
house. Also, big shout out to Beatriz Rojas, man. Got a new single coming out mañana. Hopefully, we can bring her on our
Beatriz,
show and release it
Beatriz.
there. We got the beautiful Rebecca Denise saying hello to myself and Patsy Torres. No,
Hi.
but yes, going back to that, man, it's just one of those things, man. You just want to put out the music, man. And yes, one day we're gonna get a radio station on the New Mexico Radio Talk Show. I mean, it
All
probably
right.
won't be called New Mexico. It probably be called New Mexico Radio for a little while until I can get a good establishment name for it. But the thing is, everybody's like, "Man, you got a radio station, awesome, congratulations!" Yeah, thank you. No, um, but the thing is, Betsy, like I can get off tonight's show and I can jump on and do a 1 hour, 2 hour music show, and because it's my station, right? It's my program. But at the end of the day, I try to put out all the music I possibly can. The new music, of course, right? Don't get me wrong. I like Jimmy Gonzalez. I like the Michael Sargados. I like the Emilio Navidas. Don't get me wrong. I'll play those. Pero I like playing the upcoming artists, and I've done that since I started being a broadcaster. I was on a radio station for 6 years or 7 years, something like that. And that's all I would push, upcoming artists. And when I started the podcast, I said, you know what, I'm going to continue the same tradition. And don't get me wrong, I've had legendary artists on my show. I've had Shelly Lattes on my show. I've had Freddie Martinez on my show. Um, I've had some pretty good ones on my show. I had David Lee on my show. It's just I like supporting the new upcoming music. I have had you on my show. I got
Mhm.
you back on again. But the thing is, I
Thank
love
you.
supporting the up and coming music that everybody's pushing out there because look, where's all our music going?
And they need to hear it because otherwise, why are they going to go see us live if they haven't heard what we have out lately?
Exactly, exactly. And everybody's retiring. All our veterans, all our
I
legends
know. I'm
are
like, what's going on here?
Ellie Arena just did her end of the year tour.
Yeah, I know.
Shelly put her 40 years in. I mean, of course, she's back in the business doing
Bobby
recording
Pulido.
and stuff like that. Bobby doing his thing. I mean, where's all our generation going?
Yeah.
So our newer generation need to step up to the plate. And but on another note, it starts with the bars, the clubs, and festivals that need to get like a Patsy Torres a chance, get everybody a chance to perform at their venues. Because you get some of these venues, oh no, they ain't good, or they're not the big name. And I think that's what these people go after, big names. But to me, I think they need to open doors for everybody to perform at their venues.
But a name is only made by the hearing the music on the radio. If you don't hear the music, then there's no name. And now
Exactly.
we were talking about how different it is too. Now there's so many artists, but they don't have bands. They have some great music out there, but they don't have bands. So,
But here's the thing with that, Patsy. So like look at this. You got Rihanna, you got Beyonce, you got Jay-Z, and you got Bad Bunny. They all don't have a band. They could probably put one together for like a live concert if they wanted to, right? But they don't got bands. They got tracks. They sing over their tracks and they get paid 60 grand per show for 45 minutes. But us artists that have track artists, that do they got a whole set list, like a band. Nobody will hire them because they're a track artist or karaoke singer or whatever they call them nowadays.
hmm,
It's so sad, man. It's crazy.
uh, things are going to keep changing. But we have to go with the changes, and Tejano music has to evolve. I know that sometimes, remember when they started changing some of the sounds and some people were like, no, that's not Tejano. It sounds too different, but it has to evolve. That's the only way the new generation is going to pick up on it and like it. It's not changed a lot. Country music's changed a lot.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
know.
I like country music now.
Well, that's what you go when you go in my vehicle, or you go to my Pandora or my Spotify playlist. I got a whole nothing but country. I mean, not that I'm tired of Spanish music or norteño or tejano that I play, throughout the week and the weekends. But I want to hear country. I want to hear some soothing and because that's all I play is Spanish music all week long on the show. And then when I go do gigs on the weekend, it's all puro Spanish. So you get in my vehicle and I got the Pandora playing or I got Spotify playing. It's country. Sometimes it's George Strait, sometimes it's Dwight Yoakam, sometimes it's Alan Jackson. You never know what my
Oh,
playlist
the
is, but
classics. Well, I do
um,
I do a Patsy Cline tribute.
oh wow,
It's an hour and a half show with a Patsy Cline band. They're a country band. It's a different band. It's not my band. They're a steel guitar, fiddle, upright bass. I mean, it's a country band. And we
wow,
do an hour and a half show. I do 16 of her hits. I dress like her, talk like her,
wow,
act like her, and I tell her story as if I'm her. And people, they love her music. They'll cry. I just did one last week And one person was like, I forgot it was you. I thought it was Patsy Cline. They're like, I'm gonna ask for Patsy Cline's autograph. I was like, it's like they just forgot it was me impersonating her, you know? And
Exactly.
and I've just really she's really influenced me, her style of music, and I started listening to more country. So I'm really liking country, and I see that there's kind of this dual flavor of country and Tejano, you know? There's something about it that just it blends really good. So I am gonna have some surprises on this album too, because of that. Uh, because I love all types of music. I mean, if you look at what I like to listen to, I'm listening to Luis Miguel. I'm listening to Tejano. I'm listening to Metallica. I'm listening to other country bands. You know, this new one, Langley. You know, the Patsy Cline. I mean, all these different genres because I
Right.
like it all. A lot of the pop music. Some of them, it's the words just they're so bad I can't listen to them.
Well,
'Cause it's the message is so bad, you know?
well, it and you know, I gotta be with you on that too. You know, when I do these weddings and quinceañeras, you know, you get all these youngsters, man, and I have to tell their parents, you know, hey, I know you guys are hiring me for the show, but you know, I know your
Do
kids
you know
and
what
their
it
kids,
says?
they're gonna come up and they're gonna be like, hey, I want this, I want that, and then it
Uh-huh.
talks about that, and I'm like, no, I can't have that at my shows, you know, and then people are not gonna want to hire me because oh, this DJ plays all nothing but profanity music, and I said, I don't give a crap how
That's
much you
what's
pay me
out
to play
there,
it. Right?
unfortunately. I know, that's what's out there. It's
I'm
I
like,
can't believe
oh
they
my
play it on the
gosh.
radio, you know?
Yeah, the radio
It's
stations.
crazy.
Well, there you go again with the money.
Mhm.
If they're paying the radio station, they're gonna play it. So,
Yep.
um, Rebecca Denise says, "Have you released a country song yet in Spanish/English?"
I actually did a country style one by Hank Williams. It's on my last album. It's called uh, Corazón Tramposo, Your Cheating Heart, and I sing it in English and then Spanish. But so it's a kind of a ranchera polka beat, but it is like I do it with the country twang, you know, your cheating heart,
Wow,
and then I sing it in Spanish.
sweet man,
So
you
you're right,
do it. You
girl.
do it all. You do it all. Right here. Rebecca Denise puts it right here. I have a new segment on my show called Borracho Country, playing country in Spanish. Hopefully, y'all can one day tune into my show. Yeah, let me know when you come on.
Of course,
Also,
yeah,
also we got
cool.
another comment in the house. Your nephew Chris Porter Jr., aka Fat Boy, says hi to DJ Hen Dog and Miss Patsy
Hi,
Torres. We got a lot of people checking in from all over, man. Everybody saying what's up to everybody, man.
hello, hello,
Hope you
hello.
guys. Yeah, Patsy Torres doing big things out there, man. She's working on her album. It's about to be done, guys. So be on the lookout for
Yeah,
that, all right? Go to her website, man, patsytorres.com. All right, www.patsytorres.com. You
yeah,
could
yeah.
buy some of her merchandise. You could buy her latest albums. You could buy all her music, man. All it,
And
you know,
download the new CD.
and the new CDs coming out, and be like
I
I
mean,
can't
the
express
new
this enough.
single. Yeah, the new single. Yeah.
I can't express this enough. For these artists to get paid and get royalties and make more music and make more merchandise, support them on Facebook, man. If they put out a website, they're not putting it out there just for themselves. They're putting it out there for you guys to look at it, you guys to buy their merch, buy their CDs, buy their posters. It helps, man. And
Yes.
I mean, $5 doesn't look like it's a lot of money, but when it adds up, it does add up, to $400 or $500, and that's a recording, down payment on a recording or
Yeah, we're not
down payment
asking
on
for a
something.
GoFundMe or anything like that. We're giving you something back.
And I had to embrace that, Patsy, because you know, you go to a lot of shows, right? And I'm sure you support different artists. You buy their CD, you buy their
Mhm.
merchandise, stuff like that. So you want people to buy your merchandise, and and fanfare is one of the biggest events that they
Oh
have,
yeah.
right? Every year, right? And it's a nice to have your merchandise booth set up, and it's nice to give a poster here and there, but your big posters, 5, $10, have it autograph it on site right there with their name and your name on it, and little love note on it and stuff like that. So I always tell everybody to support these artists, man, to buy their merchandise, buy a poster, because it helps, man. It
Sure it
anyway.
does, yeah.
Um, these posters that I got on my back wall here, yes, some of them were gifted to me, some of them were bought. I mean, I don't mind, I don't mind. Shit. I mean, what's $5, or what's $10, to an artist, man, so they can continue to make more for fans and for purchase, man. So check out Patsy Torres's website, guys.
Yeah.
www.patsytorres.com is where you could find all her latest music. You can find the new single out there as well.
You can see
Um,
videos and pictures and the bios there. And
I love your website. I went to your website this morning and I'm like, man, check this out. Said I got to get me something going on like that. I got to get me something going on like that, man, for my website.
thank you.
Big shout out to Dottie Hernandez out there checking in. Everybody checking in all over. Um, yeah,
Hello to
so we're just having
everybody.
so much fun. No, Patsy Torres got the new music. So Patsy, there's a lot of new talent out there. I'm sure you surf the web just like everybody else, right? Is there anybody in collaboration you like to do out there with new artists, new male artists, female artists, or
Oh,
legendary artists that are out there?
well, I have talked to Ramadetta and also Sunny Salceda about doing some collaborations. And I'm working on a song I'm writing also to do that. So we'll see what happens.
Hey, anything is
I was
possible,
I
right?
always
If you
don't give
put your
too
mind to it,
much
right?
information. Yeah.
Right. And that's what it takes, right? Not to put too much information in until it actually literally
But you're getting it
crosses
out of me, so stop it. Stop
it.
it.
Oops, my bad. Ay, ay, man. Everybody checking in, beautiful people checking in. We got Dottie Hernandez says, Patsy is still beautiful as ever.
Oh, Dottie, thank you.
Yeah, we got a lot of people in La Casa showing you some love out there. We got Yesenia, we got Delpha, we got David, we got Esmeralda, we got Gavino, we got Randy Navarrete
Davino.
saying saludos. We got Chuy Salinas from Instinto saying hello to everybody. We got everybody in the house. Kendra, we got Johnny J. Martinez, we got Paul and Jessica. We got DJ Ray from the Beer Depot, man. That's a good spot to be at, man. If you've never been to San Antonio, the Beer Depot is a spot to be, man. Either there or the Mustang Sally's, man, or Rudy Lopez. Those are two
Woo.
great venues right there, man. I'm gonna have to go check those out, man. You got let me see. I'm going down the list here, guys. We got
I
Rebecca
wish I
Benitez.
could see the list. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that's checking in.
I think if you scroll down on your side, you should be able to see the whole comment list.
Really?
Hmm.
I don't see anything.
You'll probably
No.
see comments on if you're on the cell phone, I think it's on the right side, I think.
Right side. Mm, no. I'm afraid to touch. I almost touched leave.
Oh no, don't do that.
Don't touch that.
Yeah. So Patsy, do you want to give us a little taste of your new single?
Oh, you mean soy tuya y mi amor es para ti. Y siempre a tu lado estaré. Ante Dios confieso que yo siempre te amaré.
Wow. Oh my gosh, Patsy, your voice is amazing. What well I
Thank
think I need to
you.
I think I need to go to your college and take some lessons and take the practice, right? Yeah. Well, there you have it, guys. The new single, guys, and
Yeah.
you see what the college does for you when you go to the practices and go to the courses, and I mean, I can't express
Well,
that
that
enough
is
either.
my advice. If you're someone that's just starting and you've never had any kind of lessons or training, I do recommend getting some form of training to help you with your voice because you can really hurt yourself. Your little tiny little vocal cords are two little pieces of flesh. That's your instrument, and you have to take care of that. So that means, you don't want to be drinking a lot of cold liquids or alcohol. It's going to burn your throat. You don't want to smoke. You want to get rest, especially before you have to performance. This is your instrument. Take care of it.
That's some great advice. And I'm sure you've been to a lot of shows where you see a lot of lead singers over there taking un trago de tequila
Yeah.
or un cerveza. You're like, no, you're messing up your vocals.
And you notice their voices change, right? It
Exactly. Yeah.
changes, yeah.
I mean, and people really don't see it like that because they're too into the band, they're too to the singer, and I'm just kind of just looking like, because I do these shows quite often, right? And I get every advice that I can from other artists, man. That way they put it out there to the upcoming artists and stuff like that. So, and I'm listening now. I'm like, man, did you just hear that voice just change from after drinking cold liquid and the alcohol? It just it went from nice voice and then it just went. I'm like, oh my gosh, did you just hear that? But like I
Yeah.
said, people don't pay attention because, or especially the
Because
fans,
they're
they're
drunk.
out there
No.
having. There you go. They're drunk. They're having a good time. They're like, oh
Like, oh,
yeah, it
you
sounds good.
sounded so good.
When you got a deep voice, you're like, whoa, what the heck happened? But yes, from doing these interviews, man, and just getting little insights from different artists on what they do to relax their vocals and what not to do with with vocals and just stuff like that. I take a little bit into it. I'm like, okay, well, let me see if that's really true what happens. And sure enough, that's what happens when these artists
and
sing.
and warming up before. And see, because I was a trumpet player, I learned to use my diaphragm. So because I was in the marching band. So in the marching band, when you're playing your horn, they teach you to hold your diaphragm and your lungs in a way that when you're marching, the notes aren't going, you're ba ba da ba ba. So when I started performing and singing, I was able to jump around and dance, and you wouldn't hear like it would sound like straight, and people would think I was faking. Like, she can't be jumping around like that and actually singing. But it was because of learning to do the marching band with my trumpet. And now that I'm playing my trumpet again, I have to build up my lips again because it's called the embouchure. You build up these muscles in your lips when you play the horn. So when I hadn't played it for so long, so I was like, trying to play. At first, it sounded terrible when I started playing my horn again. I was like, oh no, forget it. But then it started sounding good again. I was like, okay, but still, I get tired too fast. Starts hurting. I'm like, okay, I can only play so long and then I have to stop, so
Well,
just
I
a
was
little bit.
talking to a sax player a couple weekends ago, and he's got a nice saxophone, man. It's really nice. The sound of it is phenomenal. And what's cool about it, it's like an original color of the saxophone. It's not even
Uh,
like colored in brass, so it looks all rustic and like old fashioned. But that's how it comes. That's how he bought it, and that's how it looks before it gets the brass shiny look on it. And I was sitting there talking to him one weekend, and I was just like, man, you play that thing so phenomenal, and you make it look so darn easy that you want me to go buy a mouthpiece and stick my mouthpiece on there and blow on it. He's like, you can try, but he goes, it's going to take you a little while because
it's
you're not a
different
sax
because the
player.
sax, your mouth is on it, and with a trumpet, your lips are inside like that. Like my sax player, he makes it sound so easy, and he has such a
Exactly.
beautiful tone. And my
No,
trumpet player, boy, he hits those high notes. He's a great trumpet player too. I'm like, "Uh,
and then he was just explaining, like, hey, after playing so long and so many years, you start getting chapped lips and they start getting busted. And I'm like, okay, I don't think I want to be a sax player now.
well, as a trumpet player, it'll build up my lips so I don't have to get injections or anything. I'll just look a lot
Like
cheaper.
I mean, a trumpet looks like a blow dart gun kind of type mouthpiece.
Yeah, it's that little round thing and your lips are inside and you're just kind of like you're going like you're blowing real hard, but and it's so your lips are vibrating and that's how you make the sound. And then you can change kind of the key a little bit. You can make it flat or sharp with your lips. So that's you have the control when you do the high notes, the low notes, and then you have the controls, the valves. So I got to I'm building up my lips again.
It, and there we go with the YouTube University. You can go to YouTube University and you can go to online and just put it right there on YouTube and put like you can put a song on YouTube and you can listen to the tune, listen to the key, and then you could start practicing it. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm over here telling myself over here, right? Because I got a button accordion that
Ah,
somewhere's over here in my studio over here collecting dust because I don't know how to play it. I know how to play a few keys, but I don't know how to play. So I gotta take the practice and take the time and consideration and learn it because it's something I want to learn how to play. That way I could join a band and make a little extra money.
there you go. Well, check it out. My accordion player plays the chromatic accordion. And what it is, it's an extra big accordion. Because you know how there's accordion and B flat and F,
Right.
right? E, all these different keys. With the chromatic, you play everything. You have one key, you have one accordion instead of three. So, and he played that, and it's big and it's heavy, but he plays it and it's completely different. And it's button also. And
Wow.
he's a really good accordion player. And he
I
sings in the
mean,
band too.
and that's cool because like the button accordion is they and I've done some research, man. I've done some research. The button accordion is a lot tougher to play than a keyboard accordion because if
Oh
you know how to play
yeah.
keys, if you know how to play keyboard, you can play
Yeah.
the keyboard. Only difference is on
Michael
the keyboard it's
Salgado
right
does the
here,
keyboard one. Da, 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 da,
and
da,
then
da, da.
he's left-handed. So
Yeah, the
yes,
button accordion. Wow.
yeah, it's
That's
tough.
amazing.
I have one. I'm learning it, but it's tough because I've
But I
done
think it's
YouTube
just the
videos, man.
fun, you know.
I've been looking at some YouTube videos, man, and I'm just like, man, how do they play it so easy?
I know.
Even in the tutorials, trying to learn it, I'm like, how do they play it so quick and easy, man? I'm learning here.
Mm.
They're
See, if
like,
I would
press
play
this
it, I'd do the
button.
keyboard one.
I think it might get me in a keyboard one, but I do want to learn the button one. I think it's called the diatonic accordion is what they really call it. But I want to learn it. And then eventually I'll get a keyboard one and learn that one too. Pero I got to learn on one first, and then I can get another one. But they're not expensive. I mean, they're not cheap either. They're expensive, man. I've been looking. I'm like, oh my gosh, $600 for an accordion for a basic. I'm
Everything's
like,
expensive. All the music equipment has jumped up. Everything, microphones, even cords. I mean, that they really sock it to us.
and it's crazy what they really cost, right? It's crazy. And of course, yes, microphones do the job. I mean, yes, your voice is clear and loud already, but the microphone just gives that extra reach,
Oh
for
yes.
for the mic, and of course, if you get one of those cheap mics, it's not going to sound as good, of course. If you
Well,
get one of those, I think everybody's going to the SM58s, I believe, or
well,
SM fifty
I've got the
sixes.
Sennheiser. The Sennheiser's like one
Those
of the
are good too.
best.
Those are good.
Oh, they're better than the other ones.
And I'm sure
I have
they're
to tell
cheaper.
you, it's better.
I'm sure
Yeah.
they're cheaper.
No, the Sennheiser's the most expensive, yeah.
Holy crap!
But again, if this is what you want to do, like we talked about, get the training, take care of your voice, the microphone, that's part of your instrument. So you want to be the best and sound the best, then you get the best equipment.
And that just goes for like us podcasters and us DJs that are out there, man. Yes, I didn't have all this podcast gear when I started. And matter of fact, I started with the not a Bluetooth, but it was a USB plugged into the computer with an adapter to the computer. And I didn't have MacBooks at the time when I started, so I had an HP laptop, plugged it in USB with the microphone, and I got it through Amazon, and it sat right here on the desk, and it would pick up my voice from right there, or if I would go in a little closer, it'd sound a little more deeper and stuff like that. It had volume, it had an echo, and it had bass and stuff like that on it. And I think at the time I paid like $45 for it. I still have it to this day, just as a memorabilia, and then each day I started getting money from DJing and stuff like that. And of course, I upgraded my PA system in my studio because it stays here at
You
home.
invested in
It,
yourself. Yeah.
right, exactly. Paid a little 4 grand, something like that, to get two headsets, two mics, and the controller and stuff like that. Um and I'm not saying I'm the richest guy out there, but gotta make your studio look nice and
Well,
put it out there for the
you
camera.
have quality. Like I said, it looks good, it sounds good, it's quality. You have a quality product here. So
And same thing with my DJ.
congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Yes, this is my business, just like your business is a
Mm,
career of singing,
it's
and
our business.
right, it's a business at the end of the day. Same thing with the DJ equipment también too. Of course, I didn't start with the high
Yeah, exactly.
and laptops, and I did some research, listened to
iPads and digital.
everything is just just I'm like, oh my gosh, this is different, like I'm not the best mixer, I'm not the best scratcher, but I'm learning, but hey, because I didn't grow up like that, so and then the equipment, speakers and stuff like that. So but if this is your business, you want to take care of it, so you want to
Yeah.
upgrade it and have the right stuff for your business. So same thing with the artist. It's your equipment, it's your instrument. You want to sound great, get the right producers, get the right sound
Yes.
engineers, and I think that's why these others bands, sound great, because they got the right sound equipment, the right sound engineers, and all that stuff. So just take a little time.
Yeah.
Let me see. We got a lot of people in the la casa, man. Miguel Angel Perez says, "Hi, Patsy, and hi
Hi.
to the host. I am being a fan of her by listening to those songs.
Aw.
Sweet. Since when I go to San Antonio, I will become a new singer. Since Flaco Guzman no está aquí, this is so sad to him. Pero mi considero
Oh,
cantante
you mean
during
Flaco Jimenez, right? Flaco Jimenez, maybe,
maybe.
right?
Did you mean Flaco Jimenez or Flaco Guzman? Which one are you talking about? That we were on the right subject here. We got Hot Henrietta says, "Hello,
Oh
dear.
my
I love your new
gosh.
song." She's in the
My
house.
sister. Hey.
No,
Hey,
but
Miss. Hey, Miss Hattie.
there you go. No, but Patsy, doing big things. Congratulations on your award this past weekend. And
Thank you.
I mean,
Henrietta
it's
was there too. She got one.
a la máquina.
We were standing there
Always
with
get.
our awards.
Just to touch a little bit on that, man. It's not. I mean, I try to tell everybody, because I got a couple of trophies too. One for DJ of the year, back in 2024, something like that. I had to look at the trophy actually, to see when it was. And then I got one last year for podcast, and I try to tell everybody, it's not.
Congratulations.
Thanks. But it's not all about getting an award. It's about the recognition. If you make the top five and you don't make it, continue to be better. What did you do wrong that you didn't make it to the top five? Don't give up. To me, it's not all about the trophies. To me, yes, we appreciate the trophies by our fans, that the votes and stuff like that. We appreciate all that. But to me, it's just another thing in our wall of fame here. And a lot of people get discouraged, when they don't win, or even make it to the top five. So just take it, as a grain of salt, and see what you can do better. Did you not get the votes? Did you not get the right the right people to vote for you guys? So just don't get discouraged because you don't win a trophy. Look at Patsy. She's won a trophy. She may enter next year, right? And or this coming
Well, the thing
award
is,
show.
I don't even enter these things. I guess
And
somebody nominates me here or there, and because I'm just, I, there's an old saying, you can, whatever you do in life, okay, you want to do the best, you want to come to this earth and hopefully leave it better than it was, and you want to make a difference in other people's lives.
exactly.
Music is a God-given gift, and I use it to inspire people, motivate people. I call myself an edutainer because I don't just entertain, I educate. Whenever I speak, whenever I'm at any appearances. So I'm an edutainer and I do edutainment. But I would rather stand with God and be judged by people rather than stand with people and be judged by God. Right, so I always look at that. I'm looking at what I'm doing with God. It's not about God's on our side. It's about us being on God's side. So my faith is a big, strong part of my foundation and what drives me and the decisions I make. So it's the awards are great. I appreciate it. I appreciate the recognition. Um, I don't go into those things or nominate myself, and I appreciate the people that do and the people that vote and the different companies and organizations that give me awards and recognitions. And like the Legacy Award, that is more about the work you do in the community and with everything. It's not just one little thing. So I appreciated that from Mr. Pete Torres. I call him Primo. But I appreciate that recognition. I didn't ask for it. I didn't expect it, so it was really nice. And last year we got Album of the Year. This one got Album of the Year. The album before that got the TMA Album of the Year. So just, and like I said, I didn't expect it. I thank God for that, and the fans and the voters and the organizations. But I don't, I'm just gonna, I do my thing. It's just, I do my thing, and I, when people like it and people appreciate it, that's what keeps me going. So I guess I'm not retiring yet.
No, I mean, the thing is, you put into work, and Patsy, you've worked harder than any other artist out there, so you deserve every accolade that's out there, man. Because it's not easy to continue as a musician. I mean, there's times where it gets hard, where you're like, man, do I give up yet, or do I continue, or what am I putting out next, or what am I working on? Because back 30 years ago, once again, 30, 40 years ago, every weekend was busy for these artists, right? Thursday, Fridays, Saturdays.
Every day was busy because I was doing Fiesta Texas and doing my school shows, the Positive Force Tour, and doing Tejano. We played every single day, sometimes twice a day in different things. I mean, it was nonstop. And that's what bought us the houses and cars, and all my band members bought everything because we were all full time. Things change, but it's still, it's 100% the music. And I love what I do. That's why I'm doing it. I've never said, I'm going to give up. Never, because it's always something. Music took me all over the world, Italy, Spain, Greece, Turkey, Germany, Japan, China. I've been to all those countries because of music. Music introduced me to wonderful cultures, and I learned so many things. I met so many people. I met my husband through music. Music got me my education. University in the Incarnate Word asked me to do music for them and promote them with my music in turn for semester hours. That ended up getting me my degrees and my PhD. Music. So I'm never going to say I'm going to just give up, or I don't know when I'm going to retire, because I feel fine. And as long as people still want me to want to see me and hear me, I'm here. Soy tuya.
No, but you put in the work, man. You put it in, and like I said, it takes a lot to be a musician. And of course, you're on the right track. You got your own company, got your own business going on, and you got your own label, and that's what's the better of the thing. You got your own label because you can record at any time. Of course, you got to pay the sound guy, to come mix and master it here and there. You know what I mean? But you got your own label. You can record at any point in time. But
And I can
um,
record what I want, because
there
the
you
record
go.
companies, they would tell us what to record.
They're
They
like,
wouldn't
hey, you're
let us
coming in
do
to
it.
record this song or this part, and that's it.
Yeah, because they want to promote, some of their buddies or friends or something, and they'd say, you're gonna record this and this and this. And I always wanted to put like something Christian on it, like, let me just, and they're like, no. Well, now, every time I release an album, you'll see a Christian song on there that I wrote, an original. And I'll always mention God on all my albums, because that's how I feel.
And and it's not only that too, Patsy. It's if you don't keep the man upstairs in prayer, right? That's who brought us into this world and journey, and he could take us out with no fear, right? And
We need him more
eh,
than ever now. We need him more than ever
exactly. I
with
mean,
what's
everything
going
is
on.
yeah, look what's everything's going on, and but yes, with the man upstairs, anything is possible. So God is good to everybody out there. So prayers to everybody out there working on their dream, working on their
Yes.
careers. If you want to be a PhD, a doctor, any kind of doctor, a musician, a podcaster, a DJ, professionally, whatever you want to do, put the guy first, put God first. And anything's possible, guys. Just make it happen. Stay true. God bless everybody out there. With the storms that are going out I want
Yeah.
to say, stay warm, stay safe. If you have to travel to a gig without
Yeah.
cancellation of the venue, please drive safely or fly safely. Okay. But prayers going out to everybody that's with all the storms, and please leave food and toilet paper and tissue and paper towels and wipes for the babies out there. All right,
Wipes.
man. One item, man. One item per family member. All right. But
Well, God
stay
has
safe
given
out
us,
there.
God gives everybody a gift. Everyone has
Yep,
got a
a
gift.
talent. Yep.
Everyone's got a destiny that they're meant to do. Sometimes, you get thrown off the road, so you need to find your way back. In prayer really helps, and he'll get you back on the track because everyone's important. Everyone has a destiny. So, and you need to fulfill it.
And the thing is, too, Patsy, before we head out, the thing is like a lot of musicians or a lot of people, right, who are wanting to be successful in their careers, they don't like to go hear that the corrective criticism, or they don't want to hear the advice from somebody who's been through it and done it. Rather, if it's a family member or a parent that's telling them, hey, I see that you're doing this, that you need to do this, they don't want to hear it from a family member or from a parent. They want to hear it from an outsider looking in, right? And I always just try to tell people, just go up to the right person and get the right advice from somebody. And I mean, if you don't want to tell the advice on the show, or to the person on the show that's that we have on, call them on a personal level and say, hey, I like your advice and your opinion, and it could work for somebody.
I've given a lot of advice, and hopefully it has helped a lot of people.
And that, I think that's what our culture needs, our little
Yeah.
heritage. Just a little piece of advice to people, because nobody's better than anybody, but a nice little advice to grow their careers or their legacy. I mean, that's where it's at, right? So I think go get a piece of advice from somebody who's been there through it, and take that as a lesson. Hey, because there's always great criticism. There's people who try to tell you, hey, how to run your show, how to run this, how to run that. But at the end of the day, you got to get the advice, right? And criticism is where it's at. So God bless you, everybody. Patsy Torres, any
Yes.
last things you want to say to promoters, producers, engineers, managers, agents, family, friends, people who support Patsy Torres? Anything that you want to put out there, or you're performing at anytime soon, or anything you want to put out there on the show?
Well, I do want to thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, and I appreciate what you do for our genre. I appreciate you promoting us and showing us out there to everybody. It's so important, and we need you, and we thank you for that. Of course, we need our producers and we need our band members, and I shout out to my band members. They're a bunch of great guys. Shout out to Gilbert Velasquez, all the hard work. Beto Ramon for a beautiful song. Gavino's listening. Gavino, he promotes me. Also, Elvira Cavazos, she promotes me also. And I'm promoting the new single, Soy Tuya, my love letter to you all. And I hope you love it. If you want to download it, it's only available on my website, patsytorres.com. The album should be another like month and a half, I think, because I'm also want to do the video. And I just appreciate all of you that help and support. I love what I do. I love being at the Hana, being a female woman in this genre. I love being a Christian and a Texan and an American. I'm a Mexican American.
Ay, ay, ay.
So much to be thankful. Yeah, my father was Mexicano, so I'm a Mexican American. But so just a lot to be thankful for, and I'm excited to be here with you. Thank you.
No, anytime, the doors are always open, Patsy. And I'm not just saying just only you, but there's a lot of artists out there. So
Sure.
any artists that are out there, the doors are open here on the New Mexico Radio Talk Show. So anybody that wants to come on, talk about their life, talk about their legacy, talk about their genre, talk about what they're doing for the industry. It doesn't matter if you're a musician, an artist, a painter, a owner of a club, a bar, movie star. We like to have you guys on, and we're grateful to have Patsy Torres on, who's a
Thank you.
doctor, who's an artist, who's a singer, songwriter, doing big things in the industry. Man, support her music, support her website, www.patsytorres.com is the official website, guys. You can go check out her previous albums. You can buy the new single. You can download the new single. So at 3 man, it's out there on all the platforms already, ladies and gentlemen. It's we're about to jam it out here in a minute before we head out. But Patsy Torres, you're a blessing to this industry.
Oh,
Keep striving, stay warm. You and your husband, I'd like to meet you guys soon. I know I met you already. I'd like to get you guys to come down to Roswell for that
yeah,
event out here, man. So God bless you, Patsy. Your husband, tell him I said hi.
I will. God bless
Thank you to
you.
what you're doing. God bless you. And anytime you want to come on the show, if you're advertising a video for your singles, if you're
Oh,
advertising
you know
a
it. You
an
know it.
event, we want you back on. Okay. God bless you, Patsy Torres.
Thank
And we'll
you.
see you next time on the Metro Radio Talk Show. God bless you.
God bless everybody.
That's right, man. You got it right there. That's doctor, Patsy Torres, man. What an awesome, awesome individual. Been in the music a long time, man, at least 25, 30 years or so, something like that. And how cool is that, man? She met her husband through music, and they got a great partnership. And it's awesome, when they both can, contribute to, their love hood, and also their musical career, right? Um, but she's blessed. She stays blessed on the shows that she does. She's working hard, just like every other artist are. It is not easy to put out music, to record it, and of course, she's got her own label, but she's got to find time to put her time into the studio, and then putting a video together, guys. It's not easy. You got to get the right videographer, the right scene, the right look, the right temperature, the right weather, and all that stuff. And then, like she said, they're not sending out the music to get the video to get paid and stuff like that. So you got to find out what you want to, who you want to put in it, and how you want to make the scenes on a video. So congratulations to what Patsy Torres is doing in her musical career. She's got a new song called So Do Ya. I do want to say thank you guys for hanging out with us. Don't forget, man, we got a live interview tomorrow with a guy who runs the Memorial Weekend Bash. We got Frank Salazar Mañana, man, gonna talk about the Memorial Weekend Bash in Victoria, Texas, man, which is my birthday weekend. I'm gonna close it out, man, with this new single, man, by the beautiful Patsy Torres, and it goes a little something like this.
Soy tuya y mi amor es para ti, y siempre a tu lado estaré. Ante Dios confieso que yo siempre te amaré. Desde la primera vez que nos amamos, juré que tuyo era mi querer. soy tú.